Every step he takes away from his family, the greater the danger. He's now totally on his own. And distracted by a thorn in his paw. Adult brown bears have no natural predators, but cubs are sometimes killed by Amur tigers. What better opportunity for the young males to test their hunting skills without their mother? Luckily, the cub is small enough to scale a tree. Safe, but trapped. It's a standoff. Until the cub's mother arrives. It's an important lesson learned. Even so, he doesn't feel entirely safe staying on the ground tonight. So he finds a high branch. While his brother continues to forage. Luckily, the cub is small enough to scale a tree. Safe, but trapped. It's a standoff. Until the cub's mother arrives. It's an important lesson learned. Even so, he doesn't feel entirely safe staying on the ground tonight. So he finds a high branch. While his brother continues to forage. As for the male tiger cubs, today's hunting practice has been an important step in their continued development. As summer progresses, changes in the air across the forests of northeast China. Some Korean pines are dropping their old needles for new ones. A process they go through every 3 years. But an open forest makes it harder for a male tiger to stalk his prey, as there is less foliage to blend in with. Amur leopards face the same difficulties. These rare cats also hunt Sika deer, effectively competing with tigers for the same prey. But because they are only a fifth of their size, they must do all they can to avoid them. They can't risk getting chased and bitten. Just as big cats compete for resources, so too does another plucky forest resident. The female Siberian chipmunk is still busy gathering pine nuts for winter. But the seeds are hard to extract. She first needs to remove the scales. She's making good progress, filling her cheeks. But there's trouble afoot. A greedy neighbor. He first tries to intimidate her. And manages to chase her away from the cone. But after a counter-offensive, she's back in control. She's invested far too much energy to give up lightly. But the neighbor is relentless. He's still trying to steal her pine cone. But finally, through sheer determination, the female chipmunk wins. Siberian chipmunks are always fighting over seeds, but they sometimes forget where they've buried them. That's important for Korean pines, as some are left to germinate undisturbed, creating the forest of the future. It will take a century for this small tree to reach maturity, and when it does, it will provide almost 10 kilos of seeds a year to all sorts of animals, like deer and wild boar, on whom the tigers depend. Its trunk will also be used for rubbing and scent marking. So animals can secretly talk to one another. And its branches will provide handy perches. So unwittingly, chipmunks play a very important role in the overall health of the taiga's forest world. As fall arrives, the male is now master of his territory. He's firmly established, has learned all the sights and smells. And he knows the best places to lie in wait for prey moving along the forest trails. He even factors in lack of leaf cover. and wind direction. Master of his secret kingdom. A feast and a cooling drink. As the days shorten and temperatures begin to drop, the cycle of life and death is evident throughout the forest. A marbled orb weaver spider prepares a silk shield for her eggs, which she will lay before she dies. When they hatch next spring, they'll defend the plant from herbivorous insects. On rotting trees, emerging fungi are important food for deer and wild boar. They also recycle nutrients, benefiting all the forest inhabitants. One of the most impressive is the lion's mane fungus, an edible mushroom which, for centuries, has been used in traditional Chinese medicine. For a mother tiger, this too is a time of transition. Her cubs will soon leave her to find a new land of their own. Only then will she be ready to start a new family. It's now late fall, and the male tiger continues the rounds in his forest kingdom, making sure he is the only one here to give him the best chance of mating with the female. And he's not the only one with the urge to reproduce. The cries of a male seeker deer echo through forest valleys. This ceremonial act is his way of impressing the females. And asserting his power. The deer rat signals the impending return of winter. Animals gather the last remaining seeds. Every ounce of energy is precious, especially for those preparing for hibernation. It's not long before the first snows arrive. At this time of year, Amur tigers grow a thick pelt of fur, insulating them from the cold. Their splayed feet also help distribute their weight across the snow, making walking more energy efficient. In their constant search for food. For this Amur leopard cub, it's her first winter, and there's so much to learn from her mother.